What is up, everybody? It is Sam here with BFPGear.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at HK Army's newest product, which is going to be the Turbine Regulator. The Turbine Regulator is going to be coming in two different sizes. You're going to have your standard size and then your long body. The long body is going to be just a little bit longer, so if you like those extended setups, definitely pick up that long body regulator. But the price point on the two different sizes are just a little bit different. You're looking at $129.95 for the standard size, and then add $10 more at $139.95 for the long body. But what makes this regulator so special? It actually does do something a little bit different than other regulator systems out there. And we're going to be unboxing one and taking a look at it. So, with that said, we'll see you guys and gals after the intro. So, we've got the Turbine Regulator here. Again, this is the newest from HK Army here. So, let's just go ahead and we'll bring the long body out in a second here, but you're just getting this really nice packaging, honestly. This is just awesome. I'm a big fan. It tells you everything that you're going to get on the side here too. It does come with an extra tool. You got your dual O-ring, the rotational adjustment, the gauge, of course. It's easy to do maintenance on. They have new burst discs on these as well, and I believe they're exclusive to HK Army, which is pretty slick. Adjustable output pressure with the use of shims, and then included you got spare O-rings, adjustment shims, a socket wrench, Allen wrench, the info manual, and spare parts. So everything is just bundled up into this one little box, and I mean, look at that. That's just good branding. So I'm always a sucker for good packaging, honestly, but let's go ahead and take the reg out. So this is the Turbine Regulator at a first glance, and you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Ninja Pro V3s. I guess you could say Powerhouse Hook too, but the look is a lot different here with this like milling and etching and stuff. But look at these burst discs. Like, these are tiny and they just like thread in all the way. So I mean, they do keep that pretty dang low profile there. Like, these are not going to snag on any piece of equipment once you get done with like your you know, rotating it and stuff like that. And of course, it's got this like thread little rubber protector on it. Two O-rings, that seems to be you know, the bread and butter design here for most regulators. Of course, you got to have your gauge on it, and then the fill nipple. It comes with the fill nipple cover, so that's really sweet as well. But let's just keep grabbing stuff out of the package here. So here's that tool, which is actually pretty sweet, and you can use this to literally take off your burst disc. It just pops right on. So I like that. Spare parts kit, so there's the Allen key, your extra O-rings, and then the shims. This is actually one highlight of the Turbine Regulator here, so we'll just dump everything out. Your adjustable output pressure is with the use of shims. So you got two shims in here, and they are actually laser engraved with what your output pressure will be when you install the shim. And as you can see there, it might be a little hard to see, but you know, obviously the 650 is thicker than the 550. And that usually means, I think the 450 is probably installed, but we'll take a look at that here in a sec. But you've got even like extra set screws, the O-rings. I mean, you've got everything that you need, which is just amazing. Like, this is just really, really good packaging, and I'm not seeing a lot of other like regulators do this. So let's go ahead and pop that all the stuff off to the side here, and then I'm going to use my own Allen key. And of course, the rotational bonnet, all you do is just undo these top three screws, and then you can rotate it while it's on your air system. But let's go ahead and let's get a peek inside. All right, so let's loosen these up, and then we'll take them out, and we'll see what we're working with on the inside of this regulator, since this is a new item from HK. And I know that the Pro Regs that they were making, I believe, were designed by, I want to say they were designed by Ninja, but unfortunately Ninja is not really around. So this is HK Army's like own thing, which is really sweet. Let's see, it should just, yeah, it just threads right off. So I'm gonna do it upside down just like I would with any regulator. And let's see here. So there's the, let's see, we got the spring and the little piston just chilling right in there. And then we have another piston and a spring. And so your shim, looks like your shim actually goes onto the piston here. So as we can see there's that third shim. So it does come with this third shim, so it's preset at 450. But instead of putting the shim down here at the bottom, you're gonna pop the shim right here on the regulator piston itself. You put your spring back on, and then you're gonna be good to go, and that will adjust your output pressure. But just having access to 4 different output pressures is a really amazing thing here. You're basically sitting at 300 without any of the shims in it, and then it's just that easy readout for your output pressure, and it just goes 450, 550, 650, that's it. So this is honestly like a really, really cool thing to see. I am a huge fan already of just that simplistic design. It's literally just a spring and a piston like most HPRs in like paintball markers. This definitely reminds me a lot of like those Ninja Pro V3 systems, but I am a fan of like the milling too. I mean, like the design on the bottom part of the reg here looks really good. These burst discs are just super small, like I mean, just noticeably smaller in that surface area than others. And it's just gonna make it so it's snag free as you're out there playing. And everything just comes apart and goes back together super easy. So let me go ahead and thread this back together. And we'll pop the long body out and just kind of do like a little side by side, you know, like measurement here so you can see the length of that long body reg. And then the long body does have like a slightly different orientation to it here. So obviously you got this longer bottom part of the regulator, and then the burst discs, instead of them being on both sides, you're gonna have them sitting right above one another, but it's all gonna come apart the same, and it's gonna come with all of the same awesome features. But there's your length comparison with the turbine regulators. You got your long body and your standard. Let's go ahead and put the long body back there. And then the other cool thing too, right here on top, it's got this little, you got like a whole manual and everything. You got this little you know, piece of paper that's going to be sitting in there. It's going to be a pain in the butt to take out, but this is going to be like your instruction manual, your warranty, you know, guide, all that stuff. Got the little card right here, just a quick start guide, just sitting here on this card. That's awesome. Like, this is just good packaging all in all. And then I gotta say, just even having like this little fold out, this is pretty dang impressive because it's a full color fold out. It kind of reminds me a lot of the like a planned Eclipse manual, you know, full color manual telling you everything that you need to do. I'm a big fan of that. But we're gonna go ahead and put everything back together here, and then flip the camera around and get some closing comments on the new HK Army Turbine Regulator. Well, there you have it, the new HK Army Turbine Pro Regulator. This thing's pretty awesome, especially for the price. You're getting not just like a nice, I mean, this just reminds me so much of like the Ninja Pro V3 regulator. You're not just getting like a really nice and simple regulator to like work on and change the output pressure or anything like that. You are also getting spare parts. I mean, O-rings, the pistons, or sorry, not the pistons, but the shims for the piston. And then you've got the quick start guide, this just great packaging. Like, everything about this is just a big smash hit. Oh, and before I forget, you get this like basically like baby tire iron effectively, but that's just to take off these burst discs that are exclusive to this thing. It's just everything that you need in one package, and it is just really, really hard to beat. Coming in 2 different sizes as well. You're gonna have your standard body, and then of course your long body. And then just to go over price point one last time, you're looking at $129.95 for the standard size, and then $139.95 for the long body. If you want to pick up the HK Army Turbine Pro Regulator, there is one place to go. That's going to be BFPGear.com.